The S95B is Samsung's first ever OLED TV, and it's a bit different from other OLED TVs on the market, where instead of a color filter, it has quantum dots. So that should result in brighter, more vivid colors and an overall better picture. So to test just how true that is, we'll of course be doing our comparisons and tests. So I'll be comparing this to both last year's top OLED TV, the A90J, as well as 2022's OLED TV, to see just where it fits in the market and which TV is the best TV of 2022. But before we can do any of that, we have to unbox it and set it up. Stick around. So it's finally here, and we'll be wasting no time. We need to get into this box ASAP. So, of course, if this is your first time watching my channel, or if you've watched it in the past but just haven't subscribed, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. My dog is playing with the straps, but that's fine. He thinks he's a cat sometimes. Pretty convinced. Let's see what's inside. First up, we have the stand, or a piece of it at least. And this is a cable cover for the back. Looks like a piece of the stand. Some cabling, RCA conversion cable, and the remote. Of course, it's Samsung's new solar powered remote, or the solar cell on the back. Manual, as well as warranty information. And of course, to install the stand, we'll be using the box that the TV came in as this surface. So we'll insert these styrofoam pieces inside the box to help with the rigidity. We also have the other part of the stand, which was also in the box. There's not much screwing that needs to happen, but you can find the screws on the back of this part of the stand. And we rest it here, gently of course. There are 4 screws included in the packaging. Just a piece of cardboard. The process is putting this on, sliding it all the way down. So it looks like this. And just screw in the 4 screws that were included. Then we unlatch these, which is a very interesting mechanism. So we put the stand here, push it up, lock these in place. We can't forget the trim piece though. So this would go on the back here to prettify it. Now we're done. Let's do some setup.
Hello. Discover great new possibilities. 2 simple options. How would you like to get started? Choose one. To use the accessibility function, simply press and hold the volume button.
Alright, so let's go to remote control setup. And since I have a few devices connected to the TV already, it shows them. So I have a PC, a cable box, and a console connected. Oh no, a Blu-ray player. So those all show up. First up, we have to connect Wi-Fi. Once we do that, terms and conditions apply as always. View information. I do not consent to the interest-based advertising. First two, that's fine. Second two, not so much. I never like agreeing to those things personally. You may find that you don't care or not, but if you want them to serve you relevant ads on your TV hub, then that's the best way to do it. Once you agree to the terms and service, then the TV will search for an update, which in this case we do have one. After the update's installed, the TV restarts and we're back to the festivities. So I think we'll be skipping this particular portion, the part about signing into your account or creating a new one. Then you put in your zip code for your live TV information, so the TV can pull in information on your cable service. Once you complete that, then the TV searches for all the devices that are controllable via HDMI CEC. And I'll turn on the Blu-ray player just so we can see how that works. It says unknown. There we go. I just went back to the screen and it shows up. All right, so we're good. Now we can move on, and it offers 3 different smart assistants. There's Bixby from Samsung, Alexa of course, and Google Assistant. I don't use any of these, so we'll just go later. If you select one, of course, you'll just have to sign into your account so that it's linked. That's pretty straightforward. Now this screen offers you the chance to sign into your Amazon Prime Video or your Hulu account directly. So if you select Hulu, for instance, it gives you a QR code that you can use to sign into the TV without having to sign in here. So it's a bit faster since you can type on your phone faster than you can on a TV remote. Not gonna do that because I don't need to. And then we click next. They are all about the colors, huh? Colors do look nice. And here we are. Brightness optimization is on, so that's the first thing we're gonna turn off. The settings are different. It seems more Android-like than the previous Samsung TVs, which is interesting. So first impressions of this TV, it has an incredibly bright and vivid picture, and that's what we have been told since this TV was announced, and that's exactly what we got. There's actually a bit more to it than that, but let's go over my initial impressions first, starting with the design. Now, the design is very akin to the LG C2 OLED actually, so the back part especially. So it juts out the part that holds all the electronics and the tuner and all that, the HDMI ports and all that. Looks almost exactly like it does on the C2, so they have very similar design there. The bezels are not quite as thin as they are on the C2, but they are still pretty thin, it being an OLED and all. The panel itself is also incredibly thin because the TV doesn't have a backlight. And speaking of backlight, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about QLED TVs, and those are just LED LCD TVs with a quantum dot layer instead of a color filter applied to it. And in this case, the quantum dot layer is applied to the OLED TV and it doesn't have a color filter. So that helps with the light output. So the color filter doesn't sap the light output of the subpixels. So using the quantum dot layer enables more of that light to pass through to our eyes. It also helps to increase the color volume so you get richer, more vivid colors. But as far as the colors and brightness of the TV is concerned, Vincent over at HD TV Test did some really great analysis of the TV and learned that there is more to the story than just the QD OLED implementation. Now, he has the equipment and expertise to do some analysis that a lot of us can't, and I'm really personally thankful for that. If you haven't seen this video, you should definitely go check it out. But essentially, Samsung didn't quite go for the accurate recreation of content, but instead amplified the brightness and colors to wow viewers. Which is totally fine because some people like that kind of presentation, but I think it's important to be transparent and let people know what's going on, and that's why I'm so thankful for the video that Vincent made. But that being the case, this is still a new TV and we need to know how it compares to other TVs on the market. Now, there'll be another QD OLED TV being released by Sony, which would likely have a more accurate recreation of content. So if you want to see how those TVs compare, then you should definitely stick around because I'll be comparing those two TVs as well as comparing the S95B to the C2 and the G2. So yeah, there is a lot of comparisons to come. But let me know your thoughts in the comments about what you think of the picture of the new Samsung QD OLED TV. But of course, this is only the setup and impressions video. If you want to see the comparisons, you should definitely come back because I'll be releasing those videos in the coming week. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood Villa Man saying be safe and peace.